Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, your host with the most, the Gaming Skellington, and welcome to another exciting episode of Let's Talk Calm Night. No Lil G tonight. He took it in early tonight, and rightfully so. I like this setup a lot. Although let me just see something real quick. We're just gonna do that just for a split second. Alright, so I hate that transition. No cuts. Fades. I like fades. And when I'm talking, matter of fact, go to this browser real quick since I'm talking right now, and we'll do that'll work. Kind of like got like a little thing going on in the background as I'm talking right now. We got like coffee shop showing because, matter of fact, I'm gonna add one more thing. This we're gonna need custom text. Those neon colors. You gotta know what you're watching, right? guys know what you're watching. And look, it even matches the colors. Perfect. And then just for shits and giggles, go ahead and add ourselves a little silhouette. Oh, it says it. Okay. I thought it was gonna be a PNG. I hate when it lies to you like that. It tells you it's a PNG, but it's like, nope, just kidding. Ha ha ha. Like, fuck you, motherfucker. Are we gonna be able to get our image? No. Bada bang. Take that way. Make it a little bigger. Actually, we're gonna keep it straight and move a little bit. And boom. Welcome to Let's Talk. The only show where things don't matter. I don't give a shit. And we do it for the women. First you take the man, then you take the women. Oh, I thought that was gonna be like, oh shit, hold on. I know it's gonna be just a still image. There we go. I know it ain't snowing outside, but hey, why not? What the fuck just happened? The fuck just happened to the browser? About to say, what the hell? There we go. That's better. Much better. More relaxing. Yeah. Words and shit. Now you're probably asking yourselves, hey Gaming Skeleton, what's this show all about? I always see you upload new episodes of it, but I've never quite understood the concept of it. Well, Let's Talk is I know a lot of podcasts are pre-recorded sessions, some of them are live. This is basically a live podcast where we discuss different topics depending on what they are. Obviously, this one is I called it Chill Night because ain't really nothing big going on. I will say this: the increasing gas prices is fucking insane. We went from $3 a gallon to almost $5 a gallon. Why? Because we're at war. Anytime we're at war, America's gotta pay. Don't you love this country? Don't you love this free country that we chose to live in? That we were born into? Bred by our flesh, blood, and our tears? I say nay. I say we go back and fight for the freedom that our forefathers and their forefathers fought for centuries after centuries. Because you know what? At the end of the day, we all need our freedom. If I want to control my country, you might as well just resurrect Adolf Hitler from the fucking dead. Sorry, that music was starting to bother me, so I had to switch back to my jazz. I'm sure you people don't mind. Everybody loves some jazz music. Everybody loves some jazz music. It's the best kind of music. See? Hello, viewer. Welcome to Let's Talk. The only show where we talk about things and stuff. Stuff and things, and things and stuff. We were just talking about the insaneness of the gas prices. Oh, what joy. Almost $5 a gallon now for gasoline. What are we gonna do, Sam? I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna band together and we're gonna act on this. As Whoopi Goldberg said, and Stella got her groove back again. It's time for you to get your groove back. Again. Cue high five. Girl, do you know what time it is? What? Time for you to get your groove back. Again. the most electrifying man in all of sports entertainment. What say you, what say me? I got stung by a bumblebee. So finding love has probably been one of the hardest challenges that I've faced in the last couple of years. Not for just the simple fact that I'm a single dad, but also for the fact that I think I have something with somebody, and then it quickly goes away like that. I decided that, all because my dumbass had a dream about her, that I was going to reconnect with this girl that I knew way back in high school. Let me tell you something. In this day and age, if you don't have hardly anything to offer a woman, don't even waste your time. Because a lot of these women out here are expecting you to have all your ducks in a row. I'm talking about everything. Car, house, good job, good money, all that shit. It's expected at this point. So when you tell someone you're not making very much money, and you're trying to find better money, that's an instant red flag for them, and they completely ignore you. So, once again, thinking I can get my confidence back and push myself a little further, instead I wallow in my pity, kick myself in the ass for even trying, and just do the same shit I've been doing over and over again. Because it's what I feel comfortable with. I can't change who I am. I can't change what kind of work I do. Some people just aren't destined for success. Some people just end up having failure their entire lives. And they just have to deal with it. I thought I found my happy ending a long time ago when I decided to have my daughter. That got thrown back in my face. Because I wasn't providing enough. So it became an issue. You could say I dodged a bullet not marrying that woman. But at the same time, I feel like I've missed multiple opportunities to actually find the right one. I feel like I've had the right one several times in my possession, and I took advantage of it, and it was taken away from me. I've had a lot of good girls in my life. A lot of good ones. Ones that appreciated me and knew I was more than what I thought I was, and it made me feel whole inside. But when that passion turns into hate, that confidence that I thought I had was slowly depleting continuously as I got older and as my life continued. I fell into a dark path. I fell into several dark holes. I'm not proud of the things that I did. As a lot of people would say, we've all got skeletons in our closet. I'm not proud of mine. Just as the Bible says that we are all guilty of sin, and why Jesus died on the cross. Does it kill me inside? Absolutely. Am I gonna let it control the rest of my life? No. Not a chance. So, even after sitting in my grief and realizing that it's not moving any further, I just move on and go back to being me. Go back to taking care of my child and doing this. Even though I have only 28 subscribers, you 28 subscribers, it means a lot just for the fact that anybody watches this. Do I care if you watch? Not at all. It's not gonna ruin my day. It's not gonna hurt me in any type of way. I mainly do this for fun and to kind of clear my head, especially with the Let's Talk podcast. I don't really discuss, like, sometimes I'll discuss interests like gaming and all that other jazz, but usually it's things about life, things that are happening in life, what's going on, and what I can do to not only fix the things I'm having issues with, but progress myself to try to do better and try to do more. It's tough. For a lot of people, it's very tough. I suffer from a mental illness, so I smoke medical marijuana to ease the pain. And it helps for the most part. I always find myself deep in thought, but I'm never angry about it. even when I'm doing this and I'm leveling my head out, my thoughts can still pursue me, but I don't get upset. I talk, I discuss, I find ways to make life a little interesting, one step at a time. Even with all the flaws, as people would say, those are the bugs in your life. We are all a humanoid program. Even us humans can get bugs. That's why we get sick. That's why we have panic attacks. That's why some of us have mental illnesses. It's just because of a bug that's in our brain that's causing our neurons to not act functionally or properly. I definitely do wish I would have done more of my life than what I have done. I feel like I could have accomplished a lot more if I really set my mind to it when I was younger. Because I feel like after high school, and I moved back to Florida. Because when I moved up north with my mom, I wanted to get my life back on track, get my GED, try to go to technical school, get a decent job. But I fell out because of the environment that I was in. I was in a very negative environment and it didn't help me thrive. I just felt more stressed out. So I ended up trying to get away from the negativity and going back home. Well, I was doing good for a while. And got my own place, and it wasn't a big place, it was a studio apartment, but I mean, it was a place I called home for the time being. Until I could do something better, but once I got out on my own, I got involved with some bad people and started doing some really bad stuff and breaking the law and getting into drugs and all that other shit, and here we are. Almost 35, back at my parents' house with my daughter, with no mother. And a mediocre job that barely gets me by. And you know what? I will say I have my moments, or as people like to call them, episodes. But at the end of the day, I'm okay. Do I miss the touch of another woman? Do I miss the feel, the comfort, waking up with a significant other next to my bed? Absolutely. But I've made my bed. I managed to accomplish one goal in my life, and that's at least create another human being. Did it go as planned? No. But I guess you could say that's part of God's plan. I've been hurt so much by not only women, but family, friends, all that stuff. And all I can say is, if I could go back. That's all I can really say. Is if I can go back. That's all I can really say is if I could go back. But that's really the best that I can really say. Definitely the biggest fall in my life was after getting out of high school and I lost my license and I wasn't driving for a few years. That really took a real big spike in my life. I could have had a lot better jobs had I had my license and a vehicle and all that stuff, but you live and you learn. You know, I had a dream once when I was a kid that I would marry a beautiful woman and have 4 beautiful children, just like my old man did. Instead, I spent a majority of my 20s chasing pussy, getting drunk, and doing drugs. As you could say, I was Charlie Sheening it without being rich. Yeah, of course, if I was rich, I probably would have been able to chase that a little better than I did when I was younger. I used to think I was such a player back then. Just because I would have girls just at my feet all the time when I was in my 20s. And now, ain't no bitch can give a fuck about me. Girls always talk about wanting a nice guy. Well, congratulations. Congratulations. You turned a nice guy into an asshole. Now am I an abusive asshole that'll fucking call you a piece of shit and fucking spit in your face? Absolutely not. I'll still treat you with respect, but I no longer respect women as a whole just because of the way some of them act. And that's not just women, it's a lot of men too. It's a lot of just people in general just have that entitlement act where they think they're just the most important person in the world and nobody else fucking matters. I ain't into that shit. All them fake models you see all them fake models you see on Facebook that are like, I'm single, you wanna meet up? No. You've got like 150,000 followers. I am good. I'm sure you've got men all up in your private messages trying to ask for fucking naked pics and OnlyFans and your number and all that stuff. Hey, where do you live? I'll take you to a dinner. Let me tell you something. That is not how you approach a woman. I know that I'm a single man, a single dad here, but I can tell you right now, unless you fucking Ryan Gosling or fucking some handsome motherfucker from Hollywood, you ain't walking up to a bitch and going, oh, let me get that number. It ain't gonna work like that. Especially if you look like me. Some girls still want respect. A lot of girls want money from a man. They want him to be a rich motherfucker with a nice car and all that shit. But some women just want respect. They don't want you to sit there and hop in their DMs asking for their number and take them to dinner and shit. Especially someone who's got like 150,000 followers. They can do better than some random guy on Facebook. Trust me. It's like me going to one of those porn conventions, going up to a random porn star and going, hey, can I take you to dinner sometime? Yeah. This bitch is in the industry, she sucks dick all day, and she's got more money than you could probably imagine. She ain't got time for a dude like you. If she got that money by sucking dick. It's just like, I don't mind talking about this at all because I just find it fucking hilarious. Just like this one girl hits me up. Now, she seems legit just based on the pictures that she would always send me. But it still felt so fucking fake, and it's just ridiculous. This girl was just so desperate to get me to come over to her house to have sexual intercourse with her. As long as I sent her $100 and an Apple Card. Big red flag waving all over the place. And of course, at first, my dumbass fucking caves in. I didn't give her the full $100. I only gave her a little bit because I'm not that stupid. Gave her a little bit. I'm gonna be like, here you go. Here's some money. Let your kids have some fun. Blah blah blah. I'm a dad. I'm nice. I don't mind helping your kid out, whatever. But then you're gonna sit there and bullshit me with some fake loading screen. Like, come on, man. I may not use Apple products, but I know for a fact a game doesn't load by how much money you put in the game. It doesn't work like that. Needless to say, we don't contact each other anymore. I've gotten a message from her every now and then with the same fucking message. Oh, hey, just pay the Apple Card, and we'll do, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, just stop. Just stop. You already broke my heart by even considering. I even tried to be nice and ask you out for coffee, and yet it went back to sex. Look, I know we men have urges, and sexual intercourse is great, but first of all, I'm not paying for it. I might as well just hire a prostitute at that point. And second of all, when you call me things like babe and love and say things like I love you and crap like that, you're talking at your ass, because a relationship usually starts with talking, getting to know, taking that person to lunch or dinner or to go get a coffee, whatever. Talk. I hate to sound like a weird man when I say this, but it doesn't always have to be about the sex. It can be about the moment that you spend together. Sex should be something, in my opinion, that you and your significant other embrace. And while you're in the moment, you can just feel each other and just feel the love that's coming off of your bodies, that warm feeling. And when it's all done, you can lay there and just hold each other. To me, That's the best kind of sex you can have. It ain't gotta be porn style where it's all about the intimacy and not about the embracing. No. No, no, no. Even if I'm fucking your titties, I still want to kiss you. That's just the bottom line. That is the biggest turn on that you could ever have. Is showing actual true love and passion while you're making love. And that's the bottom line. Well, I believe I've ranted for quite some time now. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. It's time for me to eat this mud pie. Watch a couple of videos. And hit the hay. Thank you guys so much for watching. It has been an okay night. I'm hanging in there. We'll all get through it. Just have to take it one step at a time. This has been the Gaming Skellington. Signing out. And just remember, don't make a jerk out of yourself. Until the next episode, we'll see you around.